Okay, so this time I'm going to show you guys just a little bit about the programming environment that we're going to use. It's an application called LEGO Mindstorm's EV3 Command Center. So first we got to boot it up. So for me, I'm going to go into the Finder and go to my applications. And then I'm going to look for this LEGO Mindstorm's Education EV3 and then open this up. So this is where the majority of your programming is going to happen. It's a little slow and a little funky, but you'll start to get used to it as you start to program and mess with your robot and just try out the tutorials and things like that. So let's just wait a little bit as it starts up. And again, it's a little slow, but once it loads up, then it's not too bad. Okay, so this is called the lobby right here. So it's just going to tell you little things about what you're going to select. And so with the quick start, there are things where it just lets you do certain things right away and kind of gives you some things to get started. So here it says programming, this is to get you started by connecting something and getting going. In general, I want you guys to go through whichever one of these that you want to. So this one says getting used to the programming environment. So sure, if I want to learn this one, then I'm going to go and click on play, and it's going to give me a little video. But then there's also some things over here on the left where it says Robot Educator. And in this, there's going to be all these different tutorials for you to look at. And it gives you little videos about what's going on and how we're going to make robots do different things. And you get to watch little videos, and they have you try out some of the things. So with basics, it says configuring blocks. So this is kind of the basics of how to program and what you need to do. So I'm going to click on it, and it tells me what I'm doing. I need to click open. And then it'll open up a new sort of window or tab. And then it'll give me a tutorial giving me step-by-step instructions for what I need to do to learn a certain skill. So here it says configuring blocks. Learn how to configure blocks. And things like that. There's different slides, so you can click on those. It also has little help things, so if you ever need some help, then you click on that and it'll go to a little, we're not going to do that right now, but if you ever need it, it's there. So I'm going to click to the next slide. It says each programming block consists of one or more modes, so it's kind of showing me what's going on. These must be the modes because that's what it's telling me about. Then there are parameters, the things that are going to kind of dictate what those things are doing. And so it says add a steering block. So if I don't know what that means, they're going to tell me. So I click here, and I'm going to find this move steering and add it there. So you just need to follow the videos that are already there. And so they changed something about the mode of this one. So I'm going to find the steering block, going to put it in, and then do what they said. So they changed the mode here to on for seconds, and there. So I've done this step now. And then go to the next one. It says add a display block and click its mode selector. So what do they mean? Okay, I'm going to do that, what they're saying, and then change what they say over here. So then, oops, I selected the wrong one. I'm going to add this one, put it there. Now you can't always select everything and move it, so if you want to move it down so you can see what you're doing, change the mode to the grid, and there I've done that. So I'm just going through each step, and it's just teaching me how to program now. These are instructions that your robot's going to follow, so I'm just going to do exactly what they do. And I'm just following along. Now it says slider. There's something where I'm changing something about this. So this looks like it's direction. So I'm going to change the direction to 55. Alright, I'm going to do 56. That's close enough. Let's go to the next one. This is manual entry. So I guess this one I can type in anything. I'm going to say hello world. And let's go to next. File selection. So this is something about choosing a file. Image. doing exactly what they're showing me. Okay. Cool. And let's see the last thing, setting some parameter here. So looks like I'm selecting blue and deselecting red. And boom, so then I'm done. So that was the first little tutorial. And so if I want to save this, I can go and I can save the project. I don't really need to save this. I'm just going to close it, not save it. And then I'm going to go on to the next one. Straight move. So it's going to tell me what is it going to do. So I'm going to see my robot's going to be able to move forward and move backwards. So that's what I'm going to learn how to do. Okay, so let's open up that one. And then same thing. It's going to tell me what I'm going to do. So there's 5 steps on this one. Should have this demo bot already built. So we already have one built. And now it's going to let me see what they do. So if I press play, that's what starts it off. Then it's going through highlighting what each of these blocks is doing. Alright, cool. So I can see, okay, what happens during this block? Okay, it goes forward. What happens during this block? It waits. This block is coming backwards. You can see the arrow pointing backwards. It's going to wait again. And this one is going to go forward. Okay, cool. So now it says test it. Recreate the program. So I'm just doing exactly what they did. And so I'm going to find those blocks that I need to attach, change things, and put them in the right sequence. And then I'll test it with my robot and everything like that. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to just follow the instructions. It's going to teach you how to do things. So after you've done it, it says modify it. So you've done their program, now make your own. Change it around, see what happens with your robot. So that's the essence of teaching yourself how to program. You're going to use the help files that are already there and then just play around. So get the basics and then start to adjust and change things. Figure out what these things mean. Play around with different parameters and see what happens once you change them. And see if there's anything you can figure out about these that are different. Pay attention to all the information that's on every single block, because they're all very important. All right, have fun.